Hello, friends. Today we are going to start with the second subject, that is health education and community pharmacy. This is only theoretical subject. We don't have practical, as I said earlier. In this, already I have given you the idea about the syllabus. Total, we have 9 chapters. In this, the first chapter is concept of health. The name of 9 chapters already I have given you in the very first lecture. So the name of first chapter is concept of health. Now in this chapter regarding health, its definition, its aspects and other factors we are going to cover. The contents are shown on the screen of this first chapter. First we will see the definition, then aspects of health, then factors affecting health, factors promoting health. Concept of disease is the second part of the chapter, in which we will see what is the disease, the natural history of disease, classification of disease agents. We'll see what is the disease and what are disease agents. And the last part of the chapter will be concept of prevention of disease. So how the disease can be prevented and how we can keep our body healthy. Now, before studying about the health definition, we should know the term hygiene also. The question is asked on hygiene term also. Now, hygiene word, it is derived from the Greek word hygia. Hygia meaning goddess of health. So the simple meaning is of hygiene is to be healthy or sound. There are few definitions also of hygiene. Hygiene, first of all, we can say is the science and art of preserving and improving health. This is one definition. Science and art of preserving and improving health. The other definition is that hygiene is the science of health and embraces all factors which contribute to healthful living by preventing disease either in individual or in community. Now, hygienic measures are to be taken to maintain or promote health. Now, these hygienic measures, they may be at personal level or they may be at community level also. Now, when these different measures, hygienic measures, are applied for well-being of the community in organized manner, it is called community hygiene, isn't it? As I said, that this hygiene can be followed at personal level or community level. We can say environmental hygiene also or community hygiene. It is one and the same. So personal hygiene means the improvement of hygiene of an individual of his own body, like taking care of skin, hairs, teeth, eyes, ears, hands, feet, etc. So taking care of the body, in short, we can say it is a personal hygiene. On the same time, the community hygiene is also very important. At community level, at social level, the hygienic measures are followed. Now, in this first chapter, first of all, we must know what is health. There are number of definitions given for the term health. One of the simplest definition is the person having sound mind in a sound body, in a sound family, and in a sound environment is called health. Again, I repeat, a person having sound mind. Here, the meaning of sound means to be healthy. Sound mind in a sound body, in a sound family, and in a sound environment is called health. The other appropriate definition we will study, which is given by World Health Organization (WHO). According to WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease or infirmity. So this definition was given by WHO in 1947. When the person is healthy in all aspects, because all aspects also we are going to study now, isn't it? Next part of the chapter is aspects of health. We can say types of health. We can also say as dimensions. So aspects or types or dimensions, it is one and the same. Now actually four important aspects are there in most of the books. Six aspects are given, more than six are also given, but four aspects you have to keep in mind. In your screen also six aspects are shown, but four are important, like physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and social health. These are four important, we can say, aspects or dimensions or types. Vocational and emotional health we are not going to cover. They are not in the syllabus also. Four aspects are important. So whenever objective question is asked, name four aspects of health, you must be able to tell physical health, mental health, social health, and spiritual health. One by one we will cover now. Now first is physical health or physical dimension, we can say. Now physical health means when the individual is physically fit. It is related to body structure and its physiology, because in physical health both are important, anatomy and physiology. The body organs are structurally, that is anatomical point of view, and functionally, that is physiological point of view, are in a normal state, and there is perfect coordination between the organs and systems, that the body as a whole functions in perfect harmony. So it refers to normal functioning of all organs and systems of body, resulting in harmony. So a particular tuning is there between the body organs as well as their function. Now when, say for example, a person is sick, when he is not feeling well, when he is suffering from any disease, so he does not feel like eating anything, he gets weak, he is not interested in talking, and he may get irritated in minor matters also. He is not interested in worldly affairs. He may be depressed. This is one thing. On other hand, there are chances that there may be some deformity. A person may be physically handicapped. So here physical health, it means that the person must be free from sickness, must be free from any uh, physical disorder. He may not be handicapped, isn't it? That is the meaning of physical health. Now, there are some of the important signs of physical health. Signs of physical health in individual are good complexion. That means the physical appearance, body. Then clear skin, bright eyes. Whatever the body weight is there, that also must be normal. He must not be obese, that means fat. He must have good appetite, means from time to time he must have food, he must feel hunger, he must have sound sleep and smooth, easily coordinated body movements. So these are some of the important symptoms, we can say signs of physical health. Next aspect is mental health. As I said, that aspects we mean dimensions also, as well as we can simply say types of health. So second type is mental health. Now, mental health and physical health both are having close relationship. First of all, as per saying, we can say that the healthy mind resides in healthy body. Therefore, physical health and mental health are interrelated with each other. If person is physically healthy, he will also become mentally healthy. Mental health is very important for individual because the person is able to lead happy, contented social life, and he can bear the strain and stress of life in satisfactory manner. The definition of mental health is the ability of individual to make personal and social adjustments. These adjustments are concerned with one's daily life in relation to others, at home, at work, and he adjusts himself in a way acceptable to the society. Now, in Western countries, we see that many people, because of the fastness in life, because of busy schedule, and because of overburden, they suffer from anxiety, they have worry, they have tension. The other factors which are affecting mental health are loss of social ties, social relations, degradation of human values, Then self-centered life, self-centered meaning just they concentrate in on their interest, personal interest. They don't have affection for others. So self-centered life, and because of very busy schedule, they don't have time for relatives, they don't have time for other persons, and bec- because of the over tight schedule, they have become so instrumental and self-centered that they don't have any affection for other members also of the family as well as other persons in society. Then other factor is that with the advancement of knowledge and skills gained about the modern mechanization, the man has reduced himself to a negligible part of total machinery. Now, overall, all these factors they give rise to mental disorders also. Now, regarding mental disorders, mental illness, we will speak later on. First of all, you must get idea, correct and clear idea about mental health. Again, as it is displayed on the screen, on your screen, that mental health is related to the mind and refers to normal functioning of mind, not merely the absence of mental illness. The characteristics of mentally healthy individual, few characteristics, few signs are given that he is free from internal conflicts and tensions, he is able to feel a part of others, he is well adjusted and able to meet the demands of life. Then he has firm determination, self control, he has long lasting friends, he understands problems and emotional needs of others, he faces problems intelligently, he tries to solve them, he is not dominated by fear, anger, that is emotional factors. So these are some of the qualities of mentally healthy person. Now there are certain factors which affect our mental health. One is heredity. So some diseases are there, mental disorders which are because of family history, like schizophrenia, mental disorder, then paranoia, psychosis, neurosis, personality disorders. Then sometimes physical health also can be responsible for mental ill health. Then some social factors can also give rise to mental illness, like worries, emotional stress, tension, unhappy marriages, poverty, frustration. Then other factor is use of alcohol and other narcotic agents which can also affect our mental health. So these are some of the factors which can result in mental disorders also. Then Next aspect is social health, that is social dimension. Now, first of all, we must understand the term social health. Social means society where we live. Social, samajik. So the meaning of social health is it is defined as quality and quantity of individuals' interpersonal ties. That means the binding of the person, one person to another. So interpersonal ties and the extent of involvement with the community. So what is the percentage of the person of getting involved, taking part, participating in the community? That comes under social health. Social dimension also refers to the ability that enable the person to become a whole person in existing social nature. So social health is also one of the important aspect. Now, as you know, that we individuals, human beings, we are referred as social animals. Why it is said that man is a social animal? Because man cannot live individually. He depends on each other to fulfill the basic requirements. A person, first of all, is a member of family, then he is a member of locality, then he is a member of society, district, country, and world. The problem of individual is considered as problem of area, society, city, country, or even of the world. And therefore, the various organizations are formed to solve the problems which are getting created or which are existing in the society. So the problems may be at a society level, at district level, at state level, or at national level also. The health of people depend on social and environmental conditions under which they live and work. There are certain undesirable habits, there are certain traditions or living conditions which are responsible for suffering of individual and community. There are certain social problems like economic tension, economic inability, financial problem, in short. Then other social problem is poverty, daridrata. Other is illiteracy, asaksharta, unemployment, berozgari, and adverse social relations. So all these affect the health of individual. So that is about social health. Then the fourth aspect, fourth dimension is spiritual health, spiritual dimension. Now, spiritual, most of you might not be knowing. Spiritual meaning we can say adhyatmic, spiritual. So, this fourth aspect is also very important so that the person has got some rules or some principles that he can follow in his routine life. Now, spiritual health, what is it that we will try to understand? It refers to believe in the supernatural aspect of universe. Now the supernatural aspect of universe, you have to understand कि there is some supernatural power which is existing over all of us, above all of us, and that power has got impact on all the universe, all the living beings, non-living beings, isn't it? So spiritual health is concerned with spirit or soul, and is that health which evokes good spirits and right things and keep us away from bad activities. If our spiritual health is strong, so whatever the bad thinking is there, that is always controlled by our inner soul, and person does not get involved in bad activities. But when the inner soul is overpowered by mind, and when the person obeys the signals of his mind, at that time he may get involved in bad activities, and he may go in a wrong direction also. So spiritual health, it helps individual to seek meaning and purpose in life, to resolve internal as well as external conflicts. We individuals must also try to find out the meaning and purpose of our life also. We must have some principles in our routine life. Now, all religions are concerned mainly about the spiritual welfare, and this supernatural power contributes to health of individual. Most of the people, they have got habit of going for prayers in the morning. They do prayers in evening also, and that is to do prayers, to visit some temples. It is a healthy sign of spiritual health, and this spiritual link is there between the soul, mind and body. So that is about the spiritual health. Then the small topic, one of the question is asked on factors that are useful for promoting and maintaining good health. So just point wise, you must know the factors which can promote our health, maintain our health. So for promoting and maintaining good health, first of all, we need fresh air, light and safe drinking water. Then balanced diet. Whatever the food is there, diet meaning food. So that must be balanced. Now how it is balanced, that also we will speak later on in some other chapter. Then proper healthful shelter. So whatever the housing facilities we should have, adequate shelter we must have, adequate clothing we must use depending upon the season. Then hygienic environmental sanitation. So hygienic measures inside the house and outside the house, they are important. Then we must protect ourselves from communicable and non communicable diseases. Then we must have adequate physical activity in our daily life, rest and relaxation according to individual work, individual need. Then suitable occupation with job satisfaction. So whatever occupation, whatever work we have, or how we earn livelihood, so that also must be suitable, and we must be satisfied with the job, with the work that we are performing. Then good and simple habits. Our habits must be simple, and they must be such habits which are not giving trouble to other people, or they must not be objectionable. Like, say, for example, bad habits like smoking, drinking of alcohol, chewing of tobacco. So, these are some of the habits which are not said as the good habits, and definitely they affect our life, and those habits can also affect any aspect of our health. Because when we talk about health, all aspects are important. Our habits must be good and simple with leisure and pleasure. Leisure and pleasure means what? Ki those habits must be such that our body is not dependent on those habits. They must be very simple. That even if we don't get a particular thing, still our body must not be dependent on those habits. So these are some of the important factors which can promote and maintain our health. So we stop here. We will continue with the next part of this first chapter next time. Thank you.